Hello, my friends, Gary Goes, and fellow poets. Welcome to November Write Along. This is the first time we've done a write along, at least for me, in the evening. This is the first time we've done it on a Sunday evening rather than a Sunday afternoon. So, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Mark. Hello, Danny. Hello, Genevieve. And hello, a poet. A poet says, "Yay, this is going to be my first actual write along." When I read that, I was like, surely not. Surely a poet has been here during a write along before, but if not, hello and welcome to your first write along. We have 7 people watching, but only 3 likes, so don't forget, please do hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. It's completely free, but it does really help the channel and pushes this video out to more people. And we always want more poets. You can never have too many poets, am I right? Let me know in the chat if you think you can have two. Maybe someone is of the opinion that you can in fact have too many poets in a room. Everyone just standing around writing verse and talking in rhyme and waxing lyrical. How are we all? How are we all doing? How has your week been? Mark says the like worked this time. Yes, thank you, Mark. Thank you for hitting that like. Hello, Herb. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. We're gonna write, as Genevieve said, we're gonna write some poetry. Cynthia. It's a reference to 21 Jump Street. I think it's 21 Jump Street. It might be 22 Jump Street. One of the two. I've got my creative cap on. Yeehaw! Excellent. I got a tickle in my throat. My new security job, I sit right in front of the AC unit and it just blasts me with cold air for 12 hours. And I think it dries up the air as well, so that doesn't help. Po leafless. What? Po leafless tree? Po leafless tree? Po leafless tree. I don't. What? Po leafless tree. I've watched these before and put a poem I wrote from the prompts in the comments. Oh, maybe that's where I'm getting confused then. But I've never been here live. I'm usually not up until 6 a.m. Right. Oh, expletive keyboard. Okay. I just thought I didn't get the joke. I thought I was too stupid to get the joke. I'm just going to wipe this camera. The camera looks really weird tonight. Maybe it's because my color strip died of battery, so we got no color. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, leafless. Po leafless. I feel like I just made that worse. Never mind. Never mind. It's all gravy. It's all gravy. It's all gravy. So what have we all been up to, guys? Let's check in. What have we all been up to before we start writing some crazy poems? I want some fun poems. I need a pick me up. I need a pick me up. So we're gonna write some fun poems tonight, or this afternoon, or this morning, depending on where you are. Worked on a Remembrance Day chapbook. Likely too late now. Yes, today is Remembrance Sunday here in the UK. And maybe Commonwealth and Canada and stuff as well, actually. I think the US have Veterans Day rather than a Remembrance Day. I'm not too sure. Danny and I did look it up a little bit earlier. I think you need to find another standing spot at work. Well, there is a battle of the AC unit. I'm the one person that keeps turning the AC unit off because, again, I'm sitting right in front of it. It's literally from here to where you guys are, and it's blasting me for 12 hours. So I'm always turning it off, but then someone is always turning it back on. Adam walked to the corner. Limericks. Yeah, let's get a limerick. Let's get some limericks in the chat. If you fancy writing a limerick to cheer Gary Goyle up. What? I don't know. If you feel like writing a limerick about, what's the optional prompt? What's the prompt for a limerick? Just for giggles. Otherworldly. A limerick about otherworldly. For a pick me up. Adam Whale to the corner bar, pick me up. There you go. You're welcome. I won't charge for that. But if you did think that singing was on point, you can give a super thanks. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was just making a crap joke, but I didn't commit to it. So last night was a tough night with Harry because it was for some reason last night was busier in terms of fireworks than it was on the 5th. I guess because the 5th fell during a weekday, so everyone saved it until yesterday. So last night was a tough night with Harry. I've heard a couple of fireworks going off tonight as well, so fingers crossed it doesn't get too bad. Beautiful, Adam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's write some poetry. So we are November already, writing that 11th month. Looking at that 11th month makes me feel, I don't know, I'm like completely, I don't know. Wait, what's happened? What's happened? What's happened? On my screen, oh no, there we go. Yeah, looking at the fact that it's November already just kind of makes me feel a bit beside myself. I don't know about anyone else. It's nuts that we're in the 11th month already. We're going to be in 2026 in 2 months' time. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Veterans Day is our Armistice Day. Got you. All right. So if you don't know, if you're joining us for the first time, because this is the first time we've done it in an as late as this, for me anyway, um, and you don't know how this works, I'm going to quickly explain how a write along works. So in a second, I'm going to ask for names in the lineup. If you're a channel member, there are some special exclusive emojis just for write alongs. But if you're not a channel member, that's okay. You don't have to be a channel member to take part. You just let me know, hey, I'd like to take part, or send me a thumbs up emoji in the chat, whatever it is you need to do to let me know that you want to take part. Once we've got our lineup, we'll grab some prompts in the chat and I'll compile some prompts. And then I usually give the title. And then we go line by line. So the first person in the lineup will write one line, the second person in the lineup will write the next line, and so on and so forth until we get through the whole lineup. We are only streaming for an hour tonight, so we only get one poem this evening, unless we write the first poem super quick, which sometimes happens. I think the most we've ever written in a stream in 2 hours is 4 poems. So that's how it works. So before we do all of that, if you're watching and you haven't hit that like button, whether you're watching live or playback, please do hit that like button. We've got 8 people watching, but only 6 likes. So please do hit that like button. And in the meantime, if you haven't, if you want to take part, let me know, just like a poet did. Thank you so much. Nice. You're a legend. Thank you so much, Herb, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. That's clearly because of my beautiful singing just a second ago. And yeah. Right, we got a poet in the lineup. Thank you so much. A poet. A poet is our first poet in the chat. It looks like Herb's Gary Goal emoji is upgraded too. I'm in. All right, Mark is in. Nice one, Mark. Thank you very much. Genevieve is in. Genevieve is in. Herb is in. Herb is in. All right, we got a good lineup tonight. We got a good lineup. And I'll throw myself in there as well. All right, prompts. Let's get some prompts going, everybody. throw some prompts, any random old prompt that you can think of. Again, the whole idea of this is to have fun. We're just here to have fun, so don't worry too much. Just throw the most random stuff you can think of. Oh, go on then, as there will only be one. Amen. Nice, Danny. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Let me throw you in. There we go. Excellent. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, everyone who is taking part. Chicken. There you go. Chicken. Chicken. There we are. Chicken Shakespeare randomness. All right. Randomness. Randomness. Hello. And Shakespeare. Shaky. There we go. All right. Any more prompts? Skull. Nice. Skull. I wonder where you got that from. I Spy with My Little Eye. Shakespeare's skull. Yeah, they say that Shakespeare's skull isn't actually in the tomb. That's because it's right here. Sprint. Terrestrial goo. I love that. Sprint. Is that still on screen? Or have I gone off? No. Terrestrial goo might need a line break though. We'll see. Terrestrial goo. Alright, I thought so. So we're going to quickly. There we go. Alright, so the lineup is a poet, Mark, Genevieve, Herb, myself, Danny. Prompts are chicken, randomness, Shakespeare, skull, sprint, and terrestrial goo. I will give the title. You'd die a happy man if you had his actual skull, I think. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty weird, but I don't know how. I think even I would be a little bit creeped out if I had Shakespeare's skull just hanging around. I don't know. Maybe I'd get enjoyment out of it. Morbid curiosity or whatever. Right, here's a title for you. So the prompts are chicken, randomness, Shakespeare, skull, sprint, and terrestrial goo. And the title is Road Trip with Aliens. Because this is prime YouTube content, everybody. This is what everyone goes on YouTube for. This is what every poet needs on YouTube. Just getting the formatting if you're wondering what I'm doing. Okay, so a poet, you have our opening line. I will put in a rhyme scheme of AABB. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, AABBCC will be our rhyme scheme. Is there a rhyme scheme? Yeah, AABBCC. And first up is a poet. Sounds like a pool poem. Oh, I haven't seen that. Is that the Simon Pegg film? Okay, just as a reminder, the lineup is a poet, Mark, Genevieve, Herb, myself, Danny, and I'm going to need to scroll up a touch. Yeah, that'll do for now. Thank you, Genevieve. We get some love in the chat for our mods, because they're awesome. Love in the chat for more mods. Love in the chat. Love in the chat for. Love in the chat for moderators. No, it's an Aerosmith song. Love in an elevator. Living it up when we're going down. Loving it. Yeah, never mind. Oh, by the way, I apologize. I apologize for last week not being able to keep the stream open. I really wanted to keep the stream open for you guys, but it very quickly became apparent that that wasn't going to work. But let me know if you had a listen. Let me know what you thought of my song choices. Yeah, and there's some love in the chat there for the mods because they are amazing. I think he's in it. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Paul is a Simon Pegg and Nick Frost film, I believe. I think, unless I'm thinking of something else. Are you okay, Adam? No, I'm not. I'm really not okay. Da, 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 da. Living it up, we're going down. It's an Aerosmith song, I promise. Love in an elevator. Huh. All right, so we just got a poet right in the first line. I got hair tickling my eyeball. Um, we got a poet writing the first line right now. And a reminder, the prompts are chicken, randomness, Shakespeare, skull, sprint, terrestrial goo. And the title of the poem is Road Trip with Aliens. Same. We'll sail the not okay boat together. Let's go! We're not okay. Good evening, Rev Pipster. Hello. Good evening. Sorry for being late. That's okay. I've lost my capital letters, which is something I really hate. Oh no. Where did you lose them? I will add to find them to my to-do list. In the meantime, pray tell me what I missed. So, we are just getting started. You're actually fashionably late. You're very okay if you want to take part. We've only just started. So let me know if you want to take part in writing this poem. Essentially, what we do with this game is I'll add you to the lineup and we go line by line to write a poem together. And our prompts are chicken, randomness, Shakespeare, skull, sprint, and terrestrial goo. And the title is Road Trip with Aliens. And we do have our first line in the chat. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. Nice, a poet. All right, who's next? Is it Mark or is it Herb? Did it it's Mark. So over to you, Mark. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. Oh, I just keep singing Aerosmith in my head now. Oh goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness. We thought that meant our skulls were new. We thought that meant our skulls were new. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. All right, Genevieve, over to you. I didn't mean to rhyme. Over to you, Genevieve. We thought that meant our skulls were new. Typing with one hand. We thought that meant skulls were new. All right, how are we doing? Is everything still on screen? Yeah, just about. Just about. I will scroll up a touch. How's that? Yeah. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. Oh, we got two prompts in one line there. All right, Herb, over to you. Let me put that line in and then I'll read the poem so far. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. Because why wouldn't you? And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. What do you mean I spelled that wrong? Oh. Okay, road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. Here's something to make you chuckle. In order to groom a dog's face recently, I had to sing the Jackson 5 ABC song. I love that. ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Is that like some sort of mystical spell on the dog? You know, they have like cobra, I don't know what they call them, cobra musicians, I guess, that kind of make the cobra dance. Is that what you had to do? But with a bit of Jackson 5? I think we need video evidence, don't you? Chat, I think we need video evidence of this. Next time this dog comes in, I think Danny should record it and then send it to us so we can watch it on the next stream. That's what I think. Okay, the road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. Only way she would keep still, and I got fed up with singing Baby Shark. Oh no, I'm not even gonna start singing Baby Shark because then that will just be me done for the rest of the stream, singing that over and over and over and over and over again. The aliens chased us into a chicken crypt. What? Okay. Herb, you were supposed to rhyme with me. Yes, Herb. Can you quickly change it to rhyme with sprint? The aliens chased us into a chicken's crypt. What rhymes with sprint? Print. That doesn't really count though, because it's the same word minus an S. Sprint, flint, tint. Blimp is a half rhyme, I guess. No, not gonna say it. No, we're on the half rhymes now. Slant rhyme. You're gonna go with crypt? Okay, the aliens chased us into a chicken crypt. The aliens chased us into a chicken. I'm really sorry. My voice probably isn't nice to listen to at the minute. It keeps like cutting out, for want of a better word. The aliens chase us into a chicken crypt. Okay, road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. The aliens chased us into a chicken crypt. So we've got sprint. Have we used skull yet? Yeah, skull. Shakespeare we haven't. Randomness we have. Chicken we have. Terrestrial goo we have. Alright, so just Shakespeare left. Into a chicken crypt. I don't know, this is awful. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is not written poetically at all. Is that even on screen? Almost. Almost. We can get away with that. We can get away with that. All right, over to Danny. Road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. Sorry. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. The aliens chased us into a chicken crypt, where they're perched, as though laying an egg, Mr. Shakespeare. Alright, Danny, you've got to rhyme with Shakespeare. You can thank me later. Oh my god, no! My colleague was wetting herself and I was there singing and dancing while snipping away. I told the owners and they were just as confused and laughed. They also said they'll try it at home. Our reason gone, we search for a hint. Is that a line, Rev Pip? So I can add you. I haven't got you in the lineup just yet, Rev Pip. So unless I missed it, let me know if you want to take part. I can absolutely throw you into the lineup, but you'll have to let me know quickly. Or we're just. You guys tell me what you want to do. We can either do another round on this poem and flesh this poem out, or we can wipe the slate clean and do a different poem. You let me know what you want to do. I'll throw a poll in the chat. I'll throw a poll in the chat. Poll in the chat. Why, Adam? Why? I'm sorry. What now? Keep this poem going. Keep this poem going. Start afresh. Alright, I've got a poll in the chat so you guys can let me know what you want to do. What do you want to do? Start a fresh one. Keep them going. Start afresh. Oh, it's exciting watching them sort of battle it out. 50-50. Oh, no. We're sitting at 50-50 right now. So if you haven't voted, please have a vote. This always happens every time I put a poll in the chat. It goes 50-50. Fear, near, veer, veneer, peer, mere, steer, clear. You can do it, Danny. Tear, sneer, beer. I kind of feel like this is finished, even though it has nothing to do with a road trip, right? This always happens. We don't never get round to that. We never touch the entire. We don't hit all the points. I kind of feel like this finished unless you call being chased a road trip. His witches deserve a cheer. Woo woo! We all stand flabbergasted at the sight, with the same question being asked. What is going on here? Boom, I did it. Drop the mic. Very good. Very good. All right, let me put that into the document. I'm going to mute myself because I'm going to have to go back and forth on this one. Okay, road trip with aliens as a poet says. Not sure where the title comes into it, but road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. The aliens chased us into a chicken crypt. Where they're where they're perched, where they're perched, where they're perched, as though laying an egg, Mr. Shakespeare. We all stand flabbergasted at the sight, with the same question being asked. What is going on here? Very good, guys. Nice. You're a legend. Thank you so much, Dazzle in the Duck, for the 199 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. And thank you, Herb, for your super chat earlier as well. We have 12 people liking, but only 6 likes. That means half of you watching haven't hit that like button yet. So please, if you haven't, do hit that like button. I promise you, it is really, really appreciated. It keeps me motivated. I know it shouldn't, but it does. So if you haven't hit that like button yet, please, please do. Perhaps this chat is the road trip of aliens. That is profound, Herb. The chat is the road trip. The journey we went on as poets just now, writing that poem, is the road trip with aliens. Makes sense. Thank you, Herb. Perfect. Why is Shakespeare in a chicken crypt? I guess we'll never know. And that is one of the great mysteries of Adam Gary Poetry channel. Nice entrance. Laying an egg full of terrestrial goo. Exactly. What do you mean, what is Shakespeare doing? He's laying eggs. Alright, let me wipe this slate clean. That was the road trip. And what a road trip that was. Alright. Whoops. Alright, let's get a fresh lineup. We got 30 minutes to get another poem down. So, if you're in, let me know you're in. If you're out, why are you out? Come and join us. If you're in, let me know in the chat and I'll get this lineup going as soon as possible. And then we can get a second one. No, the vote said keep it going. Oh, it did. It did. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It did indeed. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. We're still here. All right. Which means we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. We just had a blip. All right. Back to a poet in that case. Thank you, Genevieve. See, what would we do without our amazing mods keeping me in check? Everything would just be chaotic. Here we go. That's for you, mods. Oh well, new poem, yay. No, I'm gonna listen to you. I completely forgot I even did a poll, I'm not gonna lie. So we are back to the road trip with aliens, and it is back up to a poet. So a quick reminder of the lineup: a poet, Mark, Genevieve, Herb, myself, Danny. And we've hit all the prompts, but we haven't explained the title. A time portal. I guess we'll find out what Shakespeare is doing laying eggs in a chicken crypt. Because that's what everyone wants to know, right? Oh god, I feel like this poem is going to get weirder, if that's even possible. Oh, it's always possible here. It's always possible here. I'm not sure. Rev Pipster, let us know if you're joining. I haven't seen anything in the chat, but sometimes I miss things in the chat, so... The bard's skull spoke with an astral voice. Ooh, nice. The bard's skull spoke with an astral voice. I love that. Dramatic. All right, over to Mark then, please. Oops. So far, we have Road Trip with Aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. The aliens chased us into a chicken crypt, where, there perched, as though laying an egg, Mr. Shakespeare. We all stand, flabbergasted at the sight, with the same question being asked, what is going on here? The bard's skull spoke with an astral voice. People tuning in for the first time wondering what is going on, we don't know either. We don't have the answer for you, I'm afraid. No, we're just having a bit of fun. We're all getting together and writing a poem. We do this every month. Once a month, we do write-along streams where we get together, we hang out, and we just have a bit of fun writing a poem line by line. They usually, more times than not, they go off in a weird direction, and that's okay. We love that. Right now, we're on a road trip with aliens, and Shakespeare is laying eggs in a chicken crypt. Because of course he is. But now his skull is speaking. So is it the skeleton of Shakespeare laying eggs? We just get more and more questions as we go along. And we don't apologize for the confusion. Absolutely. Excuse me. Absolutely, Danny. We don't apologize for the confusion because we are just being weird. Sometimes in life, you just need an evening of being weird. You just need to write a poem about Shakespeare's skeleton laying eggs on an alien road trip. Because this chat is about illusion. There you go. Read between the lines. The hidden metaphors that are so hidden you may not be able to find them. All right, one more time for Mark while Mark is writing. Road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. The aliens chased us into a chicken crypt. Where they're perched as though laying an egg, Mr. Shakespeare. We all stand flabbergasted at the sight with the same question being asked. What is going on here? The bard's skull spoke with an astral voice. Why, it asked, are we so gooey in our trip of choice? I like that, Mark. All right, great. So, who's next in the lineup? We've got Mark. Let me close this poll because it's getting in my way. Mark. Genevieve. So, over to Genevieve. Why, it asked, are we so gooey in our trip of choice? Excellent. Excellent. This is probably the wildest poem we've had for a while. I can't predict it. I don't know where it's going, and that's the best. And I don't want to predict it. Predictable is so. Predictable is out, unpredictable is in. Sorry, stripping wallpaper, can't be caught scribing, or else no dinner later. Oh, nice. No problem. No problem. We're just glad that you're here, enjoying this journey with us. Mm. All right, while Genevieve's writing, I'll read it one more time. Road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. The aliens chased us into a chicken crypt, where, there perched, as though laying an egg, Mr. Shakespeare. We all stand flabbergasted at the sight, with the same question being asked, what is going on here? The bard's skull spoke with an astral voice. Why, it asked, are we so gooey on our trip of choice? Why, it queried, have we come to this place? Why, it queried. Why, it queried. Have we come to this place? Okay, Herb, over to you. One more time. Road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. The aliens chased us into a chicken crypt, where, there perched, as though laying an egg, Mr. Shakespeare. We all stand flabbergasted at the sight, with the same question being asked. What is going on here? The bard's skull spoke with an astral voice. Why, it asked, are we so gooey on our trip of choice? Why, it queried, have we come to this place? Confusion is never a barrier to poets. I love it. Rev Pips there, absolutely. Just wanted to make it clear to any animal people here that the chicken crypt is the stone chamber vault and not a part of the chicken's small intestine. What? Perhaps the metaphors are hidden with my capital letters. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, maybe that's where they are. Maybe they're in the chicken crypt. Is the stone chamber vault and not a part of the chicken's small intestine? Where did that come from, Danny? I didn't. Is the chicken crypt like a part of a small intestine? Is that a thing, or is that just a bit of randomness? The poem is wonderfully weird. Yeah. When the infinite improbability drive could take us anywhere in space. My goodness. What? I love it. I just don't know where this poem goes from one line to the next. It's great. I love it. Now we're in space. When the infinite, is it the infinite probability drive? When the, oh no, I think it's titled The Infinite Probability Drive. Probability Drive. When the infinite probability drive could take us anywhere in space. I believe it's me next, isn't it? Could take us anywhere in. Is that still on the screen? No. Well, yeah, but I need to line break in space. Right, I believe it's myself now, right? Herb, Adam, yeah. All right, is that all on screen for now? Yep. All right, let me read it through and then I will add my line. Road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint, and the aliens chased us into a chicken crypt, where, there perched as though laying on an egg, Mr. Shakespeare. We all stand flabbergasted at the sight, with the same question being asked, what is going on here? The bard's skull spoke with an astral voice. Why, it asked, are we so gooey on our trip of choice? Why, it queried, have we come to this place, when the infinite probability drive could take us anywhere in space? All right. The skull roll to our feet, presenting a set of car keys. And then, Danny, it's over to you to wrap up our poem for the evening. A chicken crypt is a small area of chickens, small intestine where intestinal stem cells live, and it produces new cells. Can't remember what cells, but yeah, it's a part of a chicken. I had no idea. That gives us a whole new meaning. Shakespeare is perched in the intestines of a chicken. I had to Google if there was another thing for crits because it confused the poop out of me. Hey, Hitchhiker's reference. All hail Douglas Adams. Nice. Okay, so Danny, it's over to you to wrap up the poem, and I'll read it from top to bottom now. Road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. I apologize. Into a sprint. The aliens chased us into a chicken crypt, where, there perched, as though laying an egg, Mr. Shakespeare. We all stand flabbergasted at the sight with the same question being asked, what is going on here? The bard's skull spoke with an astral voice. Why, it asked, are we so gooey on our trip of choice? Why, it queried, have we come to this place when the infinite probability drive could take us anywhere in space? The skull rolled to our feet, presenting a set of keys, of car keys. We are absolute masters of poetic craft. Absolute masters. Don't forget, Danny, you have to rhyme with keys. Keys, keys, keys. Where are the keys? Another bit of beautiful singing for you all. Album coming 2026. Oh, hey, I just noticed Danny used the Gary Gold laughing emoji. Nice. Bringing us to the place we were meant to see. Hello, pumpkin lover. Welcome to the stream. We are just wrapping up, but good to have you here. And I will read the poem once we've got Danny's last line. I'll read the poem back. Feel better, Adam? Um, I think I'm ill. I don't know if I'm ill or just stressed and worn out and just shouldn't be sitting in front of an AC unit for 2 hours, 12 hours. I'm very busy with the laureateship showcase at the moment. That's taking up a lot of our time. So once that's this month, that's at the end of this month. So once that's out of the way, I'll be freer. And I got my first paycheck from my new job as well, which always feels good. Always feels good. We do have 15 people watching with only 8 likes, so if you're enjoying this weird, wacky, but awesome poetry, do hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. And let's show some love for our mods in the chat as well. And just, there's some love for the mods. And I'm also just gonna, there's some love for the poets in the chat as well. Just a load of love for everyone. Let's just share the love with each other on this fine Sunday evening, afternoon, or morning. Or if you're, you know, in New Zealand, like MD is, it might even be Monday morning. Hello all, sorry I'm late, picking up leaves. Hopefully the last time. It's going to get quite cold here for the next couple days. Hello Tanya, welcome to the stream. We're just wrapping up. We wrote a poem about the alien road trip, where Shakespeare could be sitting in a chicken coop or in a chicken intestine. It's up to you. It's up to interpretation. Yeah. There's just love for everybody. Let's share the love for all of us being here right now, writing a poem about aliens, Shakespeare, and chicken crypts. All right, whilst Danny is writing, I'll just read the poem that we have so far. Road trip with aliens. They called us sculptures of terrestrial goo. We thought that meant our skulls were new. And in our randomness, we broke into a sprint. The aliens chased us into a chicken crypt, where, there perched, as though laying an egg, Mr. Shakespeare. We all stand flabbergasted at the sight, with the same question being asked. What is going on here? The bard's skull spoke with an astral voice. Why, it asked, are we so gooey on our trip of choice? Why, it queried, have we come to this place, when the infinite probability drive could take us anywhere in space? The skull rolled to our feet, presenting a set of car keys. Onwards it demands, and with keys in hands we briskly leave to continue on our road trip, all while we ask one another, can we have no more strange things this trip, please? Great. Thank you so much, Danny, for wrapping that up for us. All right, so we have been on quite a journey this evening. Yes, the road trip was the journey we went on. No, we got there in the end, presenting a set of car keys to the Dead Seas. Yes, we're also Dead Seas. We got there in the end in terms of the road trip. We got there very nicely, in fact. So thank you so much for joining us on this stream. Sorry, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight on this stream. Next week we will have Conversing with Poets. And I'm going to give you a prompt for the prompt challenge for next week's Conversing with Poets, which will be... No, it's too early for that. I was going to say Jingle Bells. It's way too early for that. I'm clinging on to the last bit of 2025. We don't need to go into Christmas just yet. All right. So the prompt for next week will be, I know what you did last winter. No. Maybe. Mitts. 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 M-I-T-S. Mitts. I'm seeing like knitted mitts, like gloves, right? Knitted mitts. I'm seeing knitted mitts. No, sir, not Christmas yet. No, absolutely not. Let's go with mitts. Does that make sense? Is it M-I-T-S? If I Google mitts, will it come up? I know what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. If I Google it, some company comes up. No, that's not what I want. What if I put knitted mitts? Knitted mitts. Yeah. Oh, mittens. There you go. Mittens. Mittens. Thank you, Pumpkin. Yeah, mittens. That's the prompt for next week. Mittens. I heard the rule about no Christmas stuff until after Remembrance Day. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, a poet. Mitts, mittens. Whatever you want to do with that. Mittens. The object of mittens. That's going to be the prompt. So do mythical mitts. I like it. Yes. Mythical meter. Mythical mitts. You can write about mythical mitts if you like. But however, whatever that inspires in you, that will be the challenge for next week's Conversing. So with all that being said, thank you so much for your time here this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. It's just a bit of light-hearted fun. You never know where these poems are going to go, and that's the greatness of it. So thank you for your time. Don't forget to hit like if you haven't already. I won't be at next week's Conversing, unfortunately, so I hope you all have a fab week and keep me in your thoughts as I'm working all week this week, Monday to Friday. We will keep you in our thoughts, Danny, and we'll send lots of Gary Goyle energy your way. And if you do find yourself singing ABC, please film it so we can all see. Good week to all. Yeah, absolutely. I second that. Thank you, Herb. Good week to everyone. Have a great time moving forward, and see you next week.